Hey guys, I am Katie from Mitza Creek Farm. Welcome back to the channel. The massive storm that we were supposed to get that I talked about in the previous video just brought thunderstorms and rain. And so you can see behind me that we actually even have some dirt in our yard. We still have lots of snow, but it is rapidly melting. We have a few more days of 30s, and I believe tomorrow night's supposed to be a low of 9 degrees. But after that, it's supposed to warm up and warm up quickly. Easter Sunday, which is probably when you're going to be seeing this, is supposed to be 60 degrees. Everything is going to be a muddy mess because of everything melting so quickly, but it's going to feel so good. The warmth is desperately needed here. Today's agenda, I have to work, and before I get started on work, I have to go do a quick meat inventory in our freezers to see where we're at for certain items, and I have to go check on the plants in the high tunnel. I already did the stuff inside, but first I have to give the chickens all of the scraps from the last day. I didn't do any scraps yesterday because it was raining out and I didn't want to make them come outside, and I don't like feeding them in the coop, especially this kind of stuff, because I don't want it to attract mice and rodents and critters and all that. So I try to keep it outside if at all possible. So I also have a couple, the last of the plants from the high tunnel to put in here, but I'm gonna wait until it's done raining for that, because I don't want them to get all soggy and nasty. I want them to be able to like dig through it and everything. Hey guys. They are laying like crazy today. Let me gather eggs. We've got 2 over here. So 2, 4, 6, 7. 1 over here is 8. 2 down here where they're not supposed to be laying. So that one's nasty. But 9, 10. 2 up here is 12. 13. 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, and it looked like there was one way up here. Yeah, so 19. So that means every one of our hens laid an egg today. I need to go in and block off the nesting boxes that we don't want them laying in, because there are 2 hens who like to sleep in the lower nesting boxes. Nobody usually goes in the upper nesting boxes, but obviously one just laid an egg there. So I want to block off those lower ones, and they'll have to roost somewhere else, or I just don't want them roosting in the nesting boxes that they lay. So it hasn't been bad cleaning it out like once a week, and then washing the eggs once they kind of start getting nasty, and then making sure it gets cleaned out. But there were a lot of eggs in there, and they obviously are starting to lay kind of everywhere. So we will need to make sure that we block those off or something. I don't know. I'll think about that while I'm working, so then I can put some thought into it. So now I'm going to wash my hands, bring this pan in, and then go down and do inventory. Gotta find my gloves though. I'm down here. There's the bathroom, and this is where we had pumpkins last year in the stone coop. But look at all of this dirt. That is promising. And there's a path here. How big this area is now. Now, this gets like pretty much full sun all day, but that is wonderful. Just knowing that there is bare ground, it is getting bigger by the day. Feels like spring is here. I know that we could get 18 inches of snow in May, but I'm holding on to this for right now. All right, so got that done. Got everything nice and organized in there. I have some packages of stuff that didn't seal properly, so that goes in the family pile, which is for us. So I had been just putting those off to the side, so I got those ready to bring up to the house too, so that'll be nice. And then now let's go in the high tunnel and see how these guys did overnight. So I changed this up a little bit from the other day. What I ended up doing is taking our extension ladder and running it across, and so that way it was super stable. And these guys are looking great. Ones right in front of the heater are looking kind of warm, so I should probably leave those, put them further down to make life a little easier, but most of them are looking really good. So this is wonderful, having these all moved down here and out of the house. Gives us a lot more room. So it's supposed to be a high of 40 today, but it's supposed to be overcast, rainy, on and off, windy. I don't think there's supposed to be any sun. So I thought I would just kind of loosely drape one thing of frost cloth on over this so that it kind of just keeps in a little bit more heat. It's probably mid 50s in here, so not too bad. But I do want to make sure that these guys stay warm and they don't get too cold. And the shock of taking the frost cloth off doesn't affect them too much. So I'm just going to do that, keep it a little bit warmer, and that should be good. Now let's go over and check out the peas. We disconnected the drip line last night, knowing that it was going to get cold and rainy, potentially snow. And so we blew out the lines. They're sitting in here. And I put my low tunnel covers on them overnight, knowing that the temps were supposed to get pretty cool. So I think it actually didn't get below freezing, but I just wanted to make sure. And then also tomorrow night it says it's a low of 9, but then after that it shows like 30s and 40s for the nighttime temps. So it's gonna quickly get warm, but I just wanted to give these guys a little bit more protection in case it did get that cold. So I'm gonna take these off for the day. I don't see anything sprouting yet. It looks like this little one here is germinating, so that's good. I kind of figured now that they have moisture, they will start popping up soon, but there is a chance that they started germinating back on my before my trip and that they all died. That is a possibility. So I am going to give them till the weekend. Today is Wednesday, so I'm going to give them till Sunday. So Monday I will replant if they don't work. So that has given them plenty of time to germinate, plenty of moisture. I'll keep watering and babying them until then, and then I'll plant new ones, and I will call my experiment a failure. And then over here, my blackberry bush is looking even better. Oh, it never focuses. So everything's getting a little bit bigger and a little bit greener on it. I had turned off the blower fan in here when we were getting an ice storm and a bunch of snow because I wanted the top layer to be warmer. And I don't know if that's the right theory to have, but I know that when we get a lot of snow, it is, you can't get the snow off if you have, it's like a catch-22. The double layer being nice and tight helps the snow shed, but when you get that freezing rain and the rain freezes to the top layer because the top layer is cooler because there's that layer of insulation between the two, then the snow sticks. So then you have to deflate it to get the snow off if you're worried about that, which I am. I always am. So it had gotten some like moisture and then it had gotten warm in here and I didn't inflate it in time. And so the plastic is kind of stuck together. But you can see the bubbles are slowly working their way down. So I have the fan on full blast for now. And this side is fully inflated now. But this side over here is probably about a third, I would say, inflated. So it's slowly working its way over. I think once it warms up enough outside, it will inflate. But we'll see. If not, I'll just have a really strong top single layer and be okay with that. And in channel news, I have decided I'm going to try to start putting out 3 videos a week. I am thinking possibly Tuesday morning, Thursday evening, and maybe Sunday morning, sometime on the weekend. So right now we are busy enough doing projects and working in the high tunnel, working on the greenhouse, all that kind of stuff, that we have enough and I should be able to film. The hardest part is finding the time to film and edit and upload. But if I just keep the videos short, I should be able to do that pretty quick. It's when you start filming a lot of content and a lot of talking and all that it takes longer. So I'm going to try to put out 3 shorter videos a week, and hopefully that will work. If not, we'll just go back down to 2, but I will let you guys know in the future if that happens. That is it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time.